everybody. I am Seth Anderson, and I am the technical director at Mr. Black Presents. And I'm here as the writer and director of a very special episode, and we're here to talk with one of the main players in our show. So, Linda, can you tell us, for people that maybe don't know a little bit about, can you just give us like the brief synopsis of where you're coming from and how you got here with us?
Well, I moved here from Denver about 6 years ago, but before then I had been in, I've been in theater since I could walk, basically. The story I like to tell people is that my parents could not ever get me to shut up, and I was really loud.
So you came out that way.
Yeah, basically. And when I was about 2.5, almost 3, they put me in a variety show. It was a fundraising variety show, and they entered me in because I used to tell a over-the-top elaborate, of course I don't remember this, and this is back in the day, caveman days before cameras, so I don't have a recording of this, but the story is I used to tell this over-the-top elaborate story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and it's complete with sounds and
never
actions.
Been recorded though.
It was never recorded, unfortunately. And they put me in a variety show, and I didn't place in the variety show, but that's when the bug bit me, is that I was on stage and everybody was applauding, and I was like, I'm going to do this the rest of my life.
So when we talk about the bug, is it the acting bug? Was it theater in particular? What did you get into?
Live theater
Theater
was basically my specialty and my kind of comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
I was in productions pretty much nonstop since that point. I did competitive in high school. That we actually were fortunate enough in my high school to have a competitive program, and I took Best Actress in State in 1991 and 1992. Yeah, just saying. And,
2 years, 2 consecutive.
Yeah, exactly, 2 years, 2 consecutive years. And the year that I was in our college program, our program won a Tony. So I've been able to do a lot of professional theater, a lot of competitive theater. Honestly, It wasn't until I met you, fine gentlemen, and Mr. Black Presents and Mountain House Media that I had ever been mic'd and I had ever been recorded.
So you've not been used to cameras in your life?
Never. No.
Well,
it was always live theater.
It was probably not something you were expecting moving here.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Yeah.
I thought, in fact, when my husband moved here, we moved here for his health, mental and physical, and we moved here for his career. And it was kind of one of those things that I remember as I was kind of processing it and knowing that I was going to have to come to this little teeny tiny town in Michigan. I remember thinking I was going to be having to hang up my hat. It was just, okay, that's the end of that part of my life.
Part of your life.
That's the end of my part of life. And I have been more involved here and done more firsts here than I have in probably the last 20 years.
That's so good to hear. As far as, coming here and feeling that you had ways for you to continue doing what you're doing, what you love doing. We do have, since the last decade now, I'm looking at someone off screen. There's no one there. There's no one there. Evan, you're not there.
You're not
there. Yeah. he's not there. But we started making media here when there was already a welcome place for it here, and we started doing that 10 years ago when it got more feasible to do it. And then you have moved in, what was it? It's been 6 years now, did you say?
Yes, we moved here 6 years
ago. So
you
moved right in when we were at a point where, we had developed something really cool. And the interesting thing about a very special episode, of course, is that I am, for the first time, just admitting this, I am working in a theatrical, mechanism, like set, and things like that. So learning curve for me has been interesting. I'm always thinking in terms of shots, right? But your background, even the other day, was really helpful. Just like, I can see where you need to be, which helps someone like me understand and learn. And then, of course, there's this guy who's not here right now, named Evan, who helps me understand the difference between directing for a camera and and to me, that's like, we're all learning. We're all growing together with this stuff. So talk about Mr. Black. You've been in a few different shows. I don't remember if your first one was Calamity Club or something. Was it Calamity Club?
It was Calamity Club.
And that's quite a plum role right there.
And that was, I just felt so fortunate to be able to even be offered that role. But once again, huge thanks and gratitude toward you and Evan both, because you guys went out on a limb and just kind of trusted me with that role, and basically cast me. You had seen me in a couple shows in the community theater. Evan had never even met me.
He had never met you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hadn't seen any of my work, and just the fact that there was this trust there, and just like, okay, I think she can handle it. Let's let her do it. And it was just, that was actually at a very dark part of my life. My husband had just been diagnosed with some pretty terrible illnesses, and we weren't even sure if he was going to live. And so that really pulled me out of a dark place. I remember some people telling me, why are you here at rehearsal? You know, I was like, because I have to be. Like, this is the part of me that needs to be fed right now, while everything else in my life is chaos.
I get that. No, I have my answer to a lot of valleys in life has been just do something creative, like make something, you know, create something. Make something. So it's been Calamity Club, and yes, I remember seeing you and going, you know what, check out that, and we had just I just watched you. I remember shaking your hand at a DCCT show, and I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. And then you were like, of course, just like amazing. Your training was very, very apparent, and I thought we need someone that can just hit the ground running and just know how to work with this stuff. And so the character was right for you. But since then, you have been the mother in it was the Dinner with the Family. And if I'm remembering straight, you have pinch hit in other older shows where you have come in to fill in some things. Oh, I have felt so lucky, because I'm actually, and I don't know if I'm the only one that can say this, but I've actually been able to step into a role or been assigned a role in every single Mr. Black production. You're one of the players in Mr. Black Presents. You've played an assassin. Yep. I just wanted to say that. But crooked cop. You've been a crooked cop with a great accent. So a witch. Hopefully, you've been a witch. Yes. I forgot. That was my last one. As soon as I was put in as the Witch of the Wood. Witch of the Mist. Oh my gosh. It sounds so close to East. I wasn't going to go with no, it wasn't Wicked Witch of the West. Yeah. But when I was put in as the Witch of the Mist, that was the final show. That was the one show I had never been in, and now you got the whole thing. Well, now we're continuing that run with a very special episode. And as you know, this has been in the hopper for, I don't know, 3 years at least is what I think. And you were absolutely one of the people I just wrote it for. So we're going to talk about Aunt Brie. Okay. And Aunt Brie, as I understand it, is the we needed in this show, which is called Like It or Not, It's Family, which is vaguely a 90s TV sitcom that you would watch on TGI Friday. Yeah. We needed an Urkel. We needed a Kimmy Gibbler. We needed Laurie Metcalf's character and Roseanne, Aunt Jackie. We needed someone who lives in the house for some reason. Is usually a sibling of one of the parents, and just they live there. Yeah. And they're always that person that's kind of maybe the fly in the ointment that's coming in and kind of messing with everybody. And from there, I also wanted, since I watched the Golden Girls quite a bit, evidently, because it just kept coming up as it's like the Golden Girls, one of like things. I was like, I wanted a little bit of Blanche in there. Yes. So Aunt Brie came fully formed in my mind, and there was no one else I could imagine having a good time with it. It was really that I thought we were gonna have a good time. And you're one of the spines of the whole narrative. Your tension with Sarah Hayden's character, Samantha, a mother-daughter. Within the show, there's layers, right? Yeah. You are playing her aunt on the TV show, but you're a mother-daughter combo. Yes, and I'm a stage mom. And you're a stage mom, capital. Yes. Yeah, you are absolutely Jean Benet's. We're dealing with all of that stuff, and that tension had to be there. And then also playing, I think a competitive thing was my first thought. Yeah, stage mom living vicariously. Yeah. So it's not just stage mom, but stage mom that wanted to be her. And you played Joy Harper. That is the real person's name. So you are Linda playing Joy Harper, playing Aunt Brie. Okay. Yep. Just to give you a sense of a show within a show, and right. It's going to be awesome. And I thought that yes, first thing I think is you are a known person. You've had a degree of fame. You've tasted fame, but for some reason or another, it's just this is the way careers in that town go. You get that moment where it's like, we're into that person. But then something happens, some decision or something in the wind with the way, so now you're getting this second chance with the show. You are the popular character. You get the norm cheer, like the clap when you come in. So you've got this upswing. And I guess I wanted to get, when you first read it, your first impressions of what did you like about, or what did you get, just your impressions. I want to know.
Honestly, the thing that intrigued me the most about the script in general is the fact that it's a show within a show. And I love that nod to the 90s nostalgia. I also love the fact that I can that you can see the dynamic of the characters when they're, after the director yells cut, the dynamic of the characters that are playing the roles. And then you also see the dynamic of the characters when they're in the TV show. And I love that a lot of those characters are not really a juxtaposition, but like they're almost completely opposite of who they are in real life.
That's intentional.
So Joy and Aunt Brie are completely different characters, and I get to play them both
in front of everybody.
Show. Yeah, exactly, in one show. And honestly, the whole like stage mom, Gypsy Rose,
Mommy Dearest was in my mind.
Mommy Dearest, let's the Sunset Boulevard. Those kind of characters have always just been so intriguing to me, and just the meatiness of that and being able to play someone like that. Like that was from the beginning, from the get-go, before we even got a copy of the script, before the script even came out of your mind and into the, onto the plate. It was like, I was excited about playing a character like that.
So how fame has imprinted itself on that character is also something pretty interesting to me, because you've had a taste of it, but you've never, you'll have to watch the show on how she finally does achieve her dreams or not. But that was your goal, and how you singularly go after that, even to the point of competing with your own daughter.
Yeah, even to the point that nothing gets in Joy's way. Like one of my favorite quotes that I heard a while ago was, "When you starve for attention, you serve what they crave." Yeah. And she's willing to do anything. She's willing to serve up anything to get that attention.
Her instincts are so honed for it. That I was thinking, she is this creature of the machine now. She is, and I thought, okay, if your daughter's coming up in that and sees what it could be, then we've got a nice dynamic, and maybe saving your soul is one of the things that we're trying to do. We'll see how it goes.
Exactly. Just embrace it or turn away from it, because there's turning points.
Right.
There's decisions made during the show, in the show, that it's interesting to see. And I almost feel like we're going to have the audience going, no, you could make a better choice, or what choice is she going to make? Because you're going to see these turning points. You're going to see these pivot
which is what
moments.
you want. Yeah. So what can people expect from, in your words, what can people expect when they go to this show, when they go to Venue 906?
I think it's going to, you won't know what to expect. Like that, they expect the unexpected. I mean, how cheesy does that sound? But it's true, because you think you got it figured out. You think you know what's going to happen, and things just kind of pivot around you. And you're watching these, that was actually one of my favorite things about Calamity Club, is the catchphrase with that was, and you'll just be asking yourself, who keeps killing these idiots, And it's kind of the same thing. You just feel so bad for these people that are just trying to record a live show, and everything's falling apart around them. And like, how can we salvage this? Like, we can't stop. What about the ratings type of thing, And I think that is what people are going to find a lot of fun about it, is that is you kind of have that reality of, okay, this machine, like you talked about, this
gotta keep chugging.
This career, like how far are they going to go? They keep chugging because they don't want to stop, even though all this stuff is happening.
Yeah, I at any given time, it wasn't hard with your character to think about the motivation to keep going, because it was like, you'll understand instinctually that this is probably going to make you one of the most famous people in the world if you keep going, because it's turned into something real. And if you make it entertaining, holy, you're going to you come out of this. So to the end, we can safely say you cover your butt the whole time and do everything you can to salvage the situation, which is why improv is a theme and something you keep pushing with your daughter, and you're going like, what is it?
Just stick to the basic.
Yeah.
The
Fill it
basic
out.
shape of the script.
Yeah. I
Know
remember
your moment.
there was something I was watching. I don't know what it was, but it was like they figured out it was something that Paul Newman was doing, and he was big actors at a certain time when Paul Newman was a big movie star. He wouldn't. They didn't have to stay for the other person's coverage, and I think it was someone that wasn't as famous. That person had to have a big emotional scene with Paul Newman on the other side, but Paul Newman didn't have to be there. But Paul Newman stayed, and that actor filled the scene. And that I reminded, I was like, you filled the scene I had to be for you. That person just kicked butt. And I'm trying to remember what it was from Tarantino's book. And I thought, that's something I want you to say. Just fill it out because you've got to, you got to make people have fun. You got to make people enjoy this. Yeah. So as far as it goes, I just so grateful for you for trusting me and being patient too. I will admit to the guy that's not here that I gave Linda the script first before. Well, I gave it with the same time, and I
got it first.
It seemed as though you liked it, and I was like, okay. Sunset Boulevard's an interesting thing too. I think we've talked about what happens with the mix of someone who is, and that actress in that movie was really famous coming back, and
she was famous trying to come back, and she was crazy.
Yeah, she's crazy. But what if the thing that was interesting is she was crazy at the end of Sunset Boulevard with Joy. Joy is not crazy. She does have a real audience watching. Yep. When we talk about this show, which is on Nostalgia TV, they're streaming to billions at some point. And that to me is important, that you are not crazy. Yep. Or are you crazy?
Or are you crazy?
That's Mr. Black Presents, isn't
it?
How
far would you go for attention?
Right.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Linda.
Of course.
I cannot wait to see you in this show when we've got it fully formed and all the lights and the video monitors are going crazy.
So excited.
I don't know if I am a minor character, spoiler. I am a stagehand, double duty. And
it's going to be a little tough for you to act.
I don't think we interact.
No.
Someday, maybe we will in a Mr. Black show.
Yeah.
Maybe that will get written by somebody.
By the guy that's not here.
Go to Venue 906 right now. Venue 906's website. Do you remember the dates offhand?
Yes, it is the 27th and 28th.
28th and 29th.
28th and 29th. Ugh.
They're so right down here. They're right down here.
I'm going to be at the venue like that whole
She'll
week.
She'll be there. So 28th and 29th, Venue 906. It's a very special episode.
I've heard rumors that Friday's already starting to sell out. So.
Oh, well then get your tickets now because there's limited seating. You are the live studio audience. Yep. And what do we say to end our videos right now? We're saying stay tuned. So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned.